What up? What's up? Today is fucking Wednesday, January 29th. The motherfucking 2025. Yeah, so check it out. It's cold as fuck out here. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad y'all here. I appreciate you. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about true happiness. What does true happiness mean to you? What does it look like to you? Are you really happy? Are you truly happy? You know?
What is happiness?
What is happiness? You know? What does it really mean to you? You know, I ask this question because we all go through life day to day. And some say they're happy, and we say, if someone asks me, is like, are you happy? Yeah, I'm happy. But what does that really mean? What would it really look like? Have you really sat down and really asked yourself and tried to visualize what it really would mean to you to be truly happy? Meaning every box checked off. Everything that would make you feel happy. It could be material, it could be all material. It could be health, it could be financial, it could be love, family. What does it mean? What does it take for you to be truly happy? Me personally, for me, true happiness looks like balance. It means in all areas. It means health, financially balanced, health balance, and then family. You know, right now I'm a single man. I do have a daughter, but I would love to get like a whole family unit going, you know, because you know, being a single father and being away from my father just to make from my daughter, living out here in LA, it's not easy, man. It's very, very tough. It feels very imbalanced. So I'm just trying to achieve balance in my life, man. You know, so and that for me, that would fit for me to be truly happy. I think, and I might be wrong. I might feel different later. But when I visualize true happiness for myself, it'd be great on all levels: family, health, and financially. You know, if I would have a nice size condo, and you know, multiple rooms for my daughter. If she wanted to live with me, it would be, I'd have some extra property to rent out, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Some type of passive income coming in. You know, I would have just the essentials. Nice whip, you know what I mean? A dope woman in my life that supports me and really is into what I'm into. You know, not here just to be here. You know what I'm saying? We building shit together. Maybe a business. You know, maybe we have another baby. You know what I mean? I'm not against that. That's what true happiness looks like for me.
Yeah.
What does it look like for you guys? Let us know.
Right. So, like you were saying, what is happiness, right? Let us, first of all, in the comments, let us know. What is happiness to you, individually, personally? What's it look like? You know? And then the second question is, how do you achieve it? How do you achieve happiness, right? So he said what happiness is to him, and I'll get into what happiness is for me. But before I get into that, I want to talk about what happiness, how do you get to that happiness? And I think some ways is, well, the most natural way, let's say that, it's corny and cliche as it's going to sound, but follow your heart, right? Go wherever you feel led to. That right there can lead you to happiness right off the bat, right? Without overcomplicating the situation. Go whatever makes your heart, it makes you feel good inside. You know, that's the best way to get to happiness, first and foremost, without complicating it. But some examples could be, you know, like some of the things we do, chilling on the beach. I feel blessed enough to be right by the beach. We're only, you know, a couple hundred
blocks away from the beach.
Not even a couple blocks, maybe a block from the beach right now, where we're located, where we're at right now. You know, so you know, it's a blessing to have that. Not everybody has that, but that's one of the things I take advantage of, is chilling at the beach, being in nature. You know, being by water all the time. Also, what else? I like to hit up thrift stores, honestly. Thrift stores, looking for cool little, you know, jewelry and clothing that are unique. You know, that you probably won't find a lot of places. That right there for me is like therapeutic, you know? It's therapeutic just to kind of just chill out. Going to the library sometimes, to be honest with you. Just chilling in the library seems very therapeutic for me for whatever reason.
Love that.
Read a couple books, you know, special books. Learn a little something new.
Hell yeah.
That right there brings a lot of happiness to me. Meditation definitely does that for me as well.
Yeah.
What else?
Lots and lots of sex.
I knew you were gonna say that. It brings happiness, but too much of it, which is another conversation, but too much of it.
Yeah.
And some people are going, too much? How can you have too much sex?
I was just saying that for
Me, I got too much sex.
I ain't having none right now, so.
The shit can get out of hand, you know what I mean? Too much of anything is not good, at least for me.
Absolutely, yeah.
But anyway, back to the happiness thing. It's good old weed right here. That does that, you know.
This keeps me happy temporarily. It's not deep. It's not deep happiness. It's not. It's just for the moment.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. That's
That's cool
okay.
sometimes, too.
All we have is moment to moment anyway.
Right.
So don't dismiss the temporary happiness, because that temporary happiness will get you to the next moment.
Right.
I promise you. Because there's been many times in my life where shit got so hard I didn't want to be here no more, and it was just a temporary happiness. Somebody just saying hi to me that day got me through. A little bit of weed that day got me through. You know what I mean? A phone call from a person I ain't heard from a long time. Just checking up on me got me through. So there's temporary happiness and there's just long-term happiness. But I don't think you can get to long-term happiness unless you know how to fucking make yourself happy right now.
That's 100%. Yeah.
You gotta start there.
Yeah. Like I said, it's all moment to moment anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it's all moment to moment anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know. But yeah, so those are ways to get to the happiness, right? I'm sure you can think of some. Leave a comment, let us know what are the ways that you use to get to that happiness, right? Now back to what I was saying about what it is I consider happiness. What it feels like to me is temporary contentment. I'm okay with temporary, because if we're being all the way honest, what the fuck is actually what lasts forever anyway? There's nothing that's permanent. So technically, if you want to be real technical about it, everything is temporary. Right? So I'm okay with temporary happiness. Keep it all the way real. Even short term. Because, you know, it's only in my opinion, without getting too deep about it, long term or forever really is, even that's a fallacy. That's not even real, you know? So, fuck it. Get it while you can, you know. Whatever it is that you do to get to be happy in that moment, do that. Because this shit don't last forever anyway, right? So, yeah, whatever makes you feel content. For me, that makes me feel content. That's what happiness is to me. And that changes from moment to moment. That ranges greatly, right? So, yeah, that's some of the ways. That's what I consider happiness and how I get there. What are the ways you get there?
Well, whether it's short-term or long-term happiness, just make sure it's real.
Right.
Make sure it's, like, this is what I want to know. Like, is it deeply happy? Is it truly happy? Or is it just like, are you just convincing yourself?
Like going through the motions?
Going through the motions.
Right.
Like, I know people do this in romantic relationships, you know, if they've been with their partner for a long time, some things are out of balance, but they do love the person, but they're just not truly happy. You know, you can be in love with your partner and still not be happy. That's two different things. Because you have to be happy with you.
Right.
I've been there. I've seen it in all kinds of relationships, you know?
Yeah.
So just because you're with someone and you love each other doesn't mean you're happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That still has to do with you first, like we always talk about. So that's where true happiness derives from. You.
Sure.
You gotta be okay with you 100%.
I have a story for that. There was a relationship, right? There was a relationship I was in for about 2 years. And honestly, back then, I thought that was going to be the best relationship I ever was in. At the time, I felt that it was. And I really thought that I was going to marry her, that I was going to have kids with her, all that good old shit. And I realized eventually that I wasn't completely happy. I don't know if I was really happy. I think maybe I had been going through the motions. I don't know for sure to this day. But one thing for sure that I did know was I will not be happy in this relationship fully, if at all, if I'm not happy with other things personally going on with me. And those things at the time were career-wise. I wasn't where I wanted to be financially. I wasn't where I wanted to be. I wasn't in the position I wanted to be in a career. And every time I thought about how great my relationship was, I could never be fully happy. I couldn't get there all the way, and I couldn't understand why. What's missing? What am I missing? I should be super happy and very content with this situation, with the way things are going. And I finally came to that conclusion that, dude, the only reason what's going on is that you're not happy with your personal stuff yet. So kind of like touch on what he was saying as far as if you're not happy with you won't be happy with anything else. Everything else after that will fall because you're not happy with that personal stuff first. And my personal shit at the time was my career goals and financial goals. Was nowhere near where I wanted to be, so I could never really just be happy in that relationship. Not for very long. Couldn't sit in that happiness. You know,
that's
just
torturous to think like that.
You know, and it sucked because I was like, "What the fuck is the problem? I'm here. I got everything I said I wanted with this relationship stuff, but it didn't matter. Individually, I was not good. I wasn't good individually, so that's why it never really worked out. You know, I mean, she had her issues too, but we ain't gonna point fingers. You know, at the end of the day, it was really about me. So
yeah. So you have to ask yourself. Are you just settling with the idea of being happy? Or are you really giving yourself what you need to be happy? True happiness. So, to be truly happy, you have to be honest with yourself. You know, you have to sit and ask yourself, what do I really need to be fulfilled and truly happy? You know, the kind of feeling where you don't have to wake up wondering, how am I going to get the bills paid, or I don't want to go to work today. I'm talking about literally bliss every single day.
That's a rough one, though.
It's a challenge.
How many people actually know that feeling of?
That's where the mental that's where you got to be creative.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't going to just fall in your lap. You got to create it.
If you do know about it, let me know, please. In those comments, let me know. You can teach me something today.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear. You know that, if you really know that feeling, let me know. What do you do? How do you get there?
Yeah.
I ain't been there yet.
I've had my moments. I've had my streaks, you know. But of course, life gonna bring some more shit to you. And then you gotta fucking figure out a way to either dance around it or dance with it.
Yeah.
That's really the only options. I promise you try to run from it your whole life, it's gonna get worse. This shit gonna pile on. So all I know is dance around it or dance with it. You know? At least I know I really went for it. I don't have to wonder what could it have been because I ran from it. I can't do that. I'm not built like that.
Right.
But because ultimately, I think that's what we all want in society anyway, is to be truly happy. You know, we've listened to what everybody else told us what we need to be happy, right? We listen to commercials, we listen to teachers.
Yeah, but if it worked, then why the fuck do we keep on
Right.
buying more stuff?
Right.
Doing all this, you know,
Exactly.
what's all these extra techniques and all these
Why
extra
we need more and more
if it works, right?
We need to eat more,
Right.
we need to work out more,
Right.
we need to fuck more,
Right.
we need to spend more.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, even on YouTube, we keep watching all these different videos trying to learn shit. And I'm like, damn, something ain't working. Because we still all here looking how to get
Still
happy.
searching and still looking. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Motherfuckers get obsessively looking. And shout out to everybody that does tarot readings and shit. I'm not disrespecting that. That's a gift and that's a beautiful art in itself. I used to do that shit too. But that is not the only way there. And don't make it your only way there. Because all it's going to become is a new obsession. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not true happiness. That's just another fucking, It's another adrenaline rush, you know what I mean?
Right.
Endorphin rush, you know? That's good.
You get it
that's great.
Get your little hit and then it's over.
And then you back on that bitch looking for another one.
Right.
And that's so it's not sustainable. What we're trying to figure out is how can we become sustainably truly happy?
It's true.
You know, on a constant basis.
That is the question. How do we make it last?
How do we make it last?
Right?
You know?
Can we make it last?
Can we? I don't know. All I know is that one thing for sure is that there's plenty around us to keep us happy if you decide to pay attention to it.
You gotta lock in with it for sure.
You gotta really lock in, you know?
Yeah.
I'll say when I was fucking homeless, man, I had everything around me that made me want to fucking kill myself. You know what I mean? Everything around me made me want to off myself. It made me want to just say I'm done because here I am. I'm moving every day. Yeah, I had a job. I had money. You know what I mean? at clothes, nice clothes too. They ain't even know I was homeless half the time. I be in the weed shop buying big bags of weed. I got my luggage, and they talking to me, and then after a while I buy the weed, they look at my luggage, they thinking I'm the supplier. Like, so what's the bag about? I'm just homeless. Cause I don't look sad. I don't look, that's homeless people don't just come up in there like that. I say that to say, I had to find things to keep me happy. Yes, weed was one of them. Just coming out, like I said, just coming out here dealing with people, even though you have to put my pride aside and just accept the reality. Right now, yeah, I am homeless right now. Not forever, just temporary. I told myself, I had to tell myself it was temporary. Man, I used to go to this coffee shop all the time, every morning to go charge my phone, after sleeping on the ground all damn night. They open at 7 a.m. I come up there, get my phone, go apply to jobs, respond to jobs, whatever. And they used to come in there. I come in there, and I would sit down, and they would say to me every morning, "How's everything?" With this kind of face and energy, like, "How you doing? Okay? You all right?" Like almost like a sense of guilt, almost like. And I get it, like it's human shit. Like if you're doing good and you see this motherfucker, you up, and they coming in every day spending money, but we sleeping on the ground every day, probably make you feel away. But it ain't nobody's business. It ain't nobody's fault. That's my issue, and I gotta deal with it. I gotta fucking work that out. But then they would say to me though, "How are things?" And I'm like, "Could be worse." And that literally was my mantra.
Though, right.
And that, because I had that mentality, is what kept me going. It kept me happy, because it could have been worse, man. I wasn't on drugs. I wasn't strung out.
Right.
I wasn't going hungry. I just didn't have a place to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I had money. You know what I mean? Didn't have a whole lot of friends back then. You know what I mean? I was new here. I didn't really know anybody, and this didn't really feel safe about dealing with too many people anyway in that position. I had a lot of issues that came. A lot of mental shit came behind that whole experience in my life that I had to fucking break out of. It took a while, But the idea of me staying happy and staying focused and staying positive and not giving up is because I stayed happy. I found ways to keep myself happy, right. Even if it was just momentary. I found ways to stay focused on the good things that I was surrounded with. I had to.
Another way to stay happy, I was just thinking as we're sitting here, thinking about like the relationships we formed since moving back to LA. And a lot of that has helped keep me happy as well, is connecting with those that are similar to you.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to do, especially with the technology that we have today at our hands. But shit, literally straight here on the east side of Long Beach, just walking down the street, you're going to connect with somebody that's similar to you. It's very easy to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important thing to do, because stay connected with people that are similar to you. That's another way to keep you happy as well. I've seen that a big difference in my life, is connecting with people who are similar to me. Hence the reason why we're doing this video, right? So on that note, make sure to subscribe, stay connected, so you can stay up on the news hit that we put out, what's going on in our lives, and so we can discuss in these comments about what's going on with you as well, because we want to keep the conversation going, just back and forth. So yeah, make sure to subscribe and like, right? But yeah, connect with those that are similar to you, that have similar interests.
Yeah,
that's a good way to stay happy as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
Another way is just stay grateful.
Right.
Gratitude is a huge energy, a huge force, a huge practice, a huge exercise that can really, not only does it keep you happy, it keeps you focused, but actually you attract more things with that.
Right.
You can attract the things you need literally just by fucking staying grateful. I mean,
True.
Even for the bad things, even for the so-called
bad things.
Because even the bad things are there to teach you a lesson. Everything around us, everybody around us, are all really just lessons.
Right.
I know it ain't easy to understand why when you're going through it sounds like crock of shit when you're going through it. It's hard to absorb. But if you just really look at it as a lesson and try to anyway, it teaches something. And it'll give you perspective. It'll give you motivation even.
And I think a lot of times that shit is a catalyst. It's a catalyst to get you to the next situation.
I think so too.
To push you into the right direction.
Yeah.
Right? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, don't sleep on the gratitude, man. You can do that every day just by being thankful.
Thank you for the trees.
Stay grateful. Thank you for my good health.
Right.
Thank you for the beautiful serenity. Thank you for all the dope things in my life.
Right.
Thank you for my good looks. Thank you for the beautiful woman in my life. Shit like that, whatever it is. If that's all you got, then be thankful for it, even if it's just a little bit.
Right.
So yeah, these are ways to stay truly happy, and ways to figure out if you're truly happy. You know what I mean? Is it the outside shit that you've been hearing that you're supposed to have to make you happy, or is it what your soul truly wants for you to be happy?
Right.
That's the question you gotta ask. So, true happiness is what we're talking about today, man. I hope you got some from these insights that we talking about today. Ultimately, it's all about self-love. You know what I mean? I love myself. I also love y'all. But love yourself for yourself.
Okay, cool.
DV.